welcome you to the 11th lecture of surface mining technology. In this lecture, we will cover the drilling technology. This is the first lecture on the drilling technology, and this drilling technology is only pertaining to the drilling required for the surface blasting. So, this is the today's topic, in which we will get a brief overview of the drilling carried out in the mining. As the requirement, this is the learning background for the surface mining technology course. We have already discussed this. This is the learning objective of the surface mining technology course, and this is our expectations from the participants who will take this surface mining technology course. These are the learning outcomes we are expecting from them. Now, let us retrospect the previous lectures. In our previous lectures, we understand the current scenario of the surface mining in Indian and worldwide concept, then the different phases of surface mining to exploit the mining deposits, then the process of decision making after every phase is also emphasized in that. Then the commencement of mining excavation through opening of box cut is discussed in details, and also the excavation procedure, the size and shape determination of those locations of the box cuts, all are discussed in the previous lecture. The objective of this lecture is to understand the drilling technology required for surface mining excavation, and this will mainly deal with the excavation by blasting. So, whenever we are carrying out blasting, whatever drilling is required, we will discuss that in this lecture. Means this series of lecture, there will be 4 lecture on this. To understand the drilling patterns for surface blasting, especially for bench blasting, and to understand the details of different drilling machines and their merits, demerits and applications in this lecture. As you understand, the drilling is basically carried out in surface mine to place the explosive inside the rock mass. So, the purpose of drilling is to place the explosive inside the rock mass, otherwise we cannot reach in the middle of the rock mass if we do not have an opening from the surface itself. So, that opening is being created by the drilling process. So, if you look into this drilling, we have already discussed this in our drilling and blasting course in details. We will get a little bit glimpse of that. Drilling is basically classified in 2 ways. One is the manual drilling, another is the mechanized drilling. Manual drilling is basically carried out with light equipments, maybe handheld drilling or etcetera. Sometimes some small operations where due to the size other machineries cannot be used. In that case, often we go for manual drilling, especially you will find out manual drilling is carried out in the hilly locations where machine cannot move, and mainly it is carried out for creating a drill hole for pumping the water or so, or maybe the tube wells, construction of tube wells, etcetera. Modern handheld rock drills are developed, tending to be lighter, and except widely used pneumatic handheld drills are some of the new energy sources like hydraulic electricity and internal combustion engine are also developed nowadays. This is a picture of manual drilling, in which you can see the heavy weight is basically lifted off and falling down using a power unit, or by using some manual method, manually pulled and then dropping onto the hole it is carried out. This is wire suspended rock mass, and basically the water is pumped out, so that all the sludges or the drill cuttings coming out here can be taken out easily. So, that is basically this is basically pumping in, water is pumped in, and the sludges, these sludges are basically pumped out from this. So, this is the technique carried out in the wire suspended manual drilling, or maybe motor operated wire suspended drilling. So, this drilling is called churn drill. This drilling is called churn drill or drilling with wire ropes, drilling with wire ropes. In some of the manual drilling, handheld drill machines are used. Handheld drill machines are used. This is, you can see, surface bench is being blasted with a handheld drill machine. This is in the underground mining. Handheld drill machine is used where the drill machine load of the drill machine is taken in a pusher leg. So, in surface mines also, if you are trying to go for drilling in the side face of the bench, in that case you will need to use the pusher leg, but generally in surface mines drilling is carried out vertically downward. So, that is why pusher legs are not very common in surface mines. These are the handheld hydraulic rock drills. These are very commonly used. Apart from that, in our domestic uses, you will find out a number of electric drills are and a number of hammer drills are used in different purposes in our domestic cases also. But these are the examples in which in mining, small scale mining, these handheld drill machines are basically used. This is handheld drill machine, which is basically internal combustion machine is used here, in which if you have to switch on this one, and then the internal combustion engine is basically generating the motive power, which is used for carrying out drilling. So, in electric drill you need to have a electrical have an electrical source, and you need to have that connectivity, but if you are having a internal combustion rock drill machine, in that case you do not need that electrical connection. So, it can operate in a self sustained way. So, that is the benefit of this internal combustion rock drill. Nowadays, battery operated drill machines are also available, which is basically switching the electrically powered handheld drill machines. So, these machines are also available, but this is more or less all these are related to manual drilling. But mechanized drilling is the most popular drilling which is carried out in the surface mines. Handheld drilling or manual drilling is either carried out in for the domestic use, or it is carried out in the underground mines, where small scale blastings are carried out. In those cases only these are used. So, mechanized drilling is a very common drilling for the surface mines or open cast mines, because our production requirement is very high and we need to go for drilling the large diameter drill holes. So, as the manual drillings are handheld drilling, the machine should be small one, and that is why those machines are not applicable for the large diameter drilling, and for large diameter drilling we are dependent on the mechanized drilling, or you can say wagon drills. In a other word, these mechanical drillings are called wagon drill machine. So, here drilling equipment is either mounted on a rig or mounted on a wagon, with which the operator can control all the drilling parameters from a comfortable position. And these structures or chassis can themselves be mounted on a wheel or truck, and either be self propelled or maybe towable. So, that is the benefit of this mechanized machines. These are self propelled, one person or the operator has to drive it, positions it at a particular point, and then he has to carry out drilling in that particular place. So, that is the benefit of the mechanized drilling. So, these are the different pictures of the mechanized drilling. You can see here the mechanized drill machine is propelling. Here the mechanized drill machine is propelling, then it is reaching at the position and it is trying to fix its position, so that the drilling can be carried out, and here you can see the drilling is under operations. So, you can see while it is propelling, its boom is basically drilling boom is basically placed like that. So, that the stability of the machine can be increased. So, that is the benefit of this machine. So, wagon drills are self propelled, mechanized these drills are self propelled, and using this the machine size is big and you can go for a drilling of the large diameter machines. All these previous photographs, these all are taken from the Google photo. In some places the references are given, some places it is missed, but these are taken from the Google photo. Now, classification, if you are considering the mechanized drill machines, depending on the drilling method, it can be classified in two groups. One is the rotary percussive drilling, and another is the rotary drilling. So, in rotary percussive, you are rotating your drill rod along with a percussive action, and in rotary you are not giving any percussive action, only the rotation is carried out under a consistent thrust. So, that which is allowing the drill bit in contact with the rock surface. So, these are the two basic method of drilling for the mechanized drilling machines. So, let us discuss one by one. First one is the rotary percussive. In rotary percussive drilling is mostly a most common drilling for carrying out in the blast holes and widely used in mining and civil engineering, and often these are hydraulic powers also, and it is found that in either it can be used for the very medium size diameter holes, and for the medium soft to hard rock. So, the penetration achieved are under satisfaction for this type of cases, and we go for rotary percussive drilling specially designed for the hard rocks. Further, rotary percussive drilling can be classified in two ways. One is the top hammer drilling, another is down the hole hammer drilling. Top hammer drilling, where the hammering is carried out from the top of the drill bit. That means, if you are considering this is the hole you are trying to drill, this is the drill bit, and this is the drill rod, and this drill rod is attached with a rig, mounted on the machine. So, the hammering action is, if it is given on this drill rod, above this drill rod, if the hammering action is given on this, then it is called top hammer drill machine. But instead of doing that one, if the hammering action, hammer is a powered hammer, maybe pneumatic or hydraulic or maybe electrical hammer, is provided just above the drill bit, and the hammering action is given by this one only, by this hammer to this bit only, then it is called down the hole hammer drill. So, this is the two basic rotary percussive drilling system, or it is down the hole hammer is also called in the hole hammer drill. So, this is rotary percussive drilling is carried out using basically 4 actions. First is the percussive action, where in case of top hammer the hammering is provided in the top of the drill rod. In case of down the hole, the hammering is provided in the dust above the drill bit by a down the hole hammer. Then the next action, it is carrying a little bit rotation, otherwise the circular shape hole cannot be created. So, in down the moment you are hammering that one, with each hammering, after each hammering action you have to rotate the bit little bit, so that you can carry out hammering systematically in all the parts of the rock, and by this way a circular hole is also created. Then the fourth action is given the feed or the thrust load. That means, a pressure is provided on the top of this, so that it can always be in touch with the rock surface at this position. There should not be any gap in that, and hammering is provided on that, so that there will not be any false position between the bit and the rock. So, it is always, it is basically providing the hammering onto the rock surface. So, the thrust load or feed load is provided on the drill bit or drill rod, so that the drill bit must be in touch with the rock at every moment. And the fourth action, which is also very important one, that is the flushing. So, what is happening? The moment drilling is carried out and this rock is being hammered, it is fragmented in a smaller pieces. So, as this rock are basically cracked by the hammering, fragmented in the smaller pieces, and then on rotation of the same, this is basically crushed and became a powder one. So, after crushing this one, so after crushing this part, this will become powder one, the small portions, and it is now essentially required that this portion has to be lifted up. So, for that flushing is required and some liquid or air. So, air, water, mist, foam, all these are different types of flushing medium. Those are basically pumped in and allowing this to taken out by the pressure, so that when it is going out along with all these sludges or the small pieces of rocks will be taken away. There are two purposes of the flushing. One is to take out that sludge or the rock small pieces, rock cuttings from the drill hole. Second purpose is to cool down the bit. So, the moment these bits are consistently hammering onto this and also rotating with this a huge heat is being generated here. So, if this flushing media is not provided, the drill rod and drill bit will become very hot and then it may distort. So, to avoid that one, cooling of the bit is essential, and for this flushing media is provided at this position. So, top hammer drilling is the most widely accepted drilling method. Generally, the energy transformation to a rock drill is from the rock drill, which is generating the motive power, and from there the hammering is provided to the shank adapter. Shank adapter is provided, or the connection is that from motive power, the shank adapter is taking the power, then it is transferring to the drill rod, then the drill rod is connected with the drill bit and the drill bit is acting on the rock. So, if you are looking onto the complete rig, in a rig you will find out if this is the motor, if this is the motor and this is the shaft of the motor, whether hammering or rotation, all these actions, hammering actions and rotation actions. For top hammer it is hammering, or if it is not top hammer only rotation, then only rotation. This action is provided into this shaft. So, from this shaft it is connected with a shank adapter. So, from the shaft it is connected with a shank adapter, then the shank adapter is connected with the drill rod. There may be n number of drill rods depending on the length of drilling, and at the mouth of the final drill rod drill bit is connected. So, these are the drill rods and this is the bit, and this bit is under action with the rock. So, this is the general assembly for a drill machine. So, this is top hammer method is basically used for a up to a very not very huge, sometimes up to 5 inch, or nowadays with the increased population you can go up to 8 inch or 6 inch diameter. Up to this you can go for top hammer drilling. Handheld pneumatic drills are the most common small diameter top hammer drills. Jackhammer is a very common top hammer drilling machine. So, this is the another pictorial form we have obtained from the Google photo representing top hammer drilling, and these are the different types of top hammer drilling. We are having pneumatic top hammer type, these are the jackhammer etc. are the pneumatic top hammer type. These are different parts of the jackhammer as shown. This is also a complete picture of the jackhammer. All these are taken from the Google photo. These are hydraulic types of rock drills are also available. These are the hydraulic types of rock drills. Different photographs are also available in the Google photo, and this is the down the hole hammer photograph of the down the hole hammer drill. This is the most common drill. This is the most common drilling used in the mining, and you can see I have taken two pictures from the Google photo. These two pictures. This is one picture. This is the schematic picture. Both are schematic picture. You can see this is the drill rod. This is the drilling fluid, that is the which is basically the flushing media provided through this, and this is the non return valve. All this hammering, this part is the hammer. This complete assembly is the hammer assembly, and finally, this hammer is basically striking here. This hammer is basically striking at this position, of the drill bit, and these are the tungsten carbide tips of the drill bit, which is basically hammering the rock mass here. So, this part, this complete part from here to this part is called down the hole hammer. These are the joints of the different, there may be n number of drill rods. Now, what is happening? This fluid, flushing fluid is entering through this, and this fluid is basically pressuring this carrying out this hammering action. This, if it is pneumatic, then it is pneumatic, if it is hydraulic, then it is hydraulic. Then this fluid is passing out through the holes of the drill bit, and whatever drill cuttings are available, it is then taking it out from the side of the drill rod. So, that is why drill bit is having a little bit larger dia than the drill rod, and this is allowing the creation of some gap between the drill rod and the hole wall, through which the flushing media is taking out the different sludges. So, that is very good, well represented in this figure. You can see this is the hammer, this is the hole wall. So, there is a gap. So, this is allowing the movement of the drilling fluid. So, you can see this is drilling fluid, these are coming through this inside the hammer and going out from the outside the hammer. But rotary action, this is basically this hammering action is provided at this position, but the rotary action is provided in this position, where the shank adapter at the above shank adapter is fitted. Now, if you are trying to compare between these three drilling system, we have seen we are having three drilling system. One is a rotary drilling system, then top hammer drilling system and down the hole hammer drilling system. In this case, if you look into this, rotary drill is basically penetrating by eroding the rock through abrasion. So, it is basically the tungsten carbide tips or diamond tips, whichever is provided in the rotary drill, that is rotating, then that is basically shearing off the every grains of the rock and just so the eroded the rock and penetrate the rock. So, this is basically the failure of rock occurs in abrasion, where top hammer and down the hole hammer, in both cases it is through hammering. After the hammering, the rock at this position is basically fractured, then these fractures cracks are propagated, then the chips are coming out. Those chips are under rotation of the drill bit, they became crushed and became powder, and these powdery chips are taken away from the flushing media. Then next is only rotary action is given to the drill tool. Here mostly the hammering action given, as well as you have to give the rotary action also, because you have to taking out the material, you have to go for crushing of the material and you have to obtain the circular shape of the hole also. The same case is also available here. Here a constant thrust is provided. Here thrust may vary because your weight component are also changing, but in down the hole hammer drill the constant thrust is also provided here. Here rock fails in shear, here rock fails in compression, here also rock fails in compression. The rotary drill is very good for the large diameter holes. This is good for the small diameter hole. This is also good for the small diameter hole, because this is a bottommost version, this is in between the rotary one, this is the largest drills are also always carried out with the rotary action. Here the deviation occurs is obtained is less, here high deviation occurs, here also deviation occurs very high because of the percussive actions. Rotary drilling is effective for the deep holes. So, deep and large dia holes you can opt for the rotary drilling. In top hammer you cannot go for rotary for deep holes, because the hammering action will become inefficient, but it is little bit effective for a better deep holes for the if you are comparing with the top hammer tools. Here you can see constant penetration, here penetration is little bit inconsistent, with the depth the penetration may increase a little bit, but here also you can achieve the constant decrease with the depth a little bit, but here the constant penetration is also achieved. So, this was the more or less comparison between these three drill machine. We will stop this lecture at this point, we will continue drilling for surface blasting for in the next lecture also. Thank you.